Hi guys, it's Angela with Kelly Mom Collects. Today I am going to be going through a part 2 basically of the 23-pound box of jewelry from Shop Goodwill. First part was a mess, but we did manage to get some great things out of that mess, and I am not gonna lie, I left the knot back in the box because I am just not excited about digging back into that knot, even though I did see a couple really interesting things in it. I just am not ready to tackle it. So this was some more of the jewelry in the box, but it was the looser stuff. So I'm going to push it aside, and hopefully we're able to get through this 23-pound box in 4 videos, I would think 4. Okay, so before we get started, thank you all for being here. Welcome if you are new to my channel. I so appreciate you being here. Definitely think we have a really amazing group of people in this jewelry community, and we're all here to help one another. And yeah, it's great. I love being a part of it. So welcome, and let's see what we have in this part. Right away with this, I see we're missing one of the black pieces here. Feels like acrylic, and there is some fading, so I'm going to go ahead and put this piece into the craft bag. For anybody that doesn't know, I have 1 craft bag per video. It is $10, and yep, 1 per video. There's the start of it. So this is kind of like a cork. Let's look at the inside. Oh, this has a $9.99 tag on it, so it probably was in the store first. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to try to take that off yet because it's probably going to need some glue gone, but that's what that is. It says Hong Kong down there, and I can't see if that says Julja or what, but all right, I'm done messing with that. We'll put that aside. I don't know if it works or not, but this is very light. This is acrylic stretch bracelet, either wood or acrylic, but it is very light. This was interesting. I love gemstones. And this looks like it could be jade. Adventurine is a little bit lighter. This looks like it could be jade. The silk cord is still pretty clean for this light beige color. We'll check the metal and the gemstone later. If you don't know, I do all of the testing at the end of the video now, and that way the ones that want to see it can stay, and the ones that don't have to sit through it. This is interesting. I'm trying to see which way it goes. Okay, I think it's this way. Vintage mother of pearl. Really good condition for this piece. Pretty shell pieces. Button closure here. And this looks like either some sort of bamboo or wood. Maybe a little, I don't know if that's how the shell was, because some shell pieces are not, you know, they have imperfections and dimples and stuff like that, but that is like that. Okay, that's a cool piece. Right, we have a stretch bracelet. The stretch feels pretty stiff, and I do see that it's just not bouncing back like it should. That looks like it's a G. This is probably a Guess bracelet. Metal pieces, rhinestones. I mean, yeah, see how the elastic, when it starts to darken like that, it starts to get a little bit brittle. I don't think this piece is going to last very long. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the craft lot. Somebody can either restring it or repurpose the pieces, because I just don't feel like that is going to be around for long. Okay, earrings go up and wait till the end. That one's interesting. All right, what do we have here? It looks unfinished. Really pretty little crystal here, glass pieces. It looks kind of just like a mixture of things. It needs a hook to be put on it, which is an easy fix, or it can be repurposed. I don't know if that crystal is fractured. It's kind of hard to tell. It's hard to tell if that's how it was or if it was fractured, but that's what it looks like. Whoa, that is chunky. Chunky, chunky. Try to keep most of the jewelry out of the frame so that we don't get blurry when the camera's trying to focus. So this is, goodness, big chunky pieces. Long, long, long. Let's take a look at it closely. The clasp up here, it looks like maybe it was a brass tone and it's getting dark. Brass or a bronze tone on that. Looks like it could stand a wipe down. Lots of wood beads, little brass looking beads, some sort of acrylic. And then that one there is just huge. Almost looks unfinished also, like the others look like it has a finish on them, and this looks like a raw wood. Well, that's a cute bolo tie. Got a boot with rhinestones, and the little spur has a rhinestone. No marks. Black leather. The end caps are a little bit dark. This looks like a rose gold choker necklace. INC. That is a very well-known department store brand. I do think I see some fading. Neat mesh style choker necklace though. More fading on the back than in the front. It's much lighter. In our Trolls era. I'm going to put that in the craft bag. This also, Strong is Beautiful. Oh, it has a barbell. That's going into the craft bag. Looks like a broken shell. And a piece to something. What is that? That looks kind of like the Rolex sign. That might be a link. That looks like the Rolex symbol, but interesting. Okay, we have a stretch seed bead. Now, these can be worn as necklaces. They can be worn around your hat. Really, whatever. Or the seed beads can be repurposed. The stretch feels fine. Ooh, that's pretty. A little purple metal wavy bangle. Let's look at that. Wow. That is really pretty. Rose gold, heart crystal, really good condition on the rose gold. The necklace looks almost new. I may have to pause and vacuum up the area. I'm telling you, this box is dirty. So there's a hang tag here, but there's no markings on it. I don't see any brand markings. Well, that's cute. A little paw. Is that a button? Almost looks like one of those button jewelries where you can take that off. Maybe not. Silver braided, simple bracelet there with a cute little paw accent. All right, I've got a piece of something that'll go into the craft bag. Got some earrings. That one looks kind of cool. Ooh, that one's pretty. Got a ring here. It looks like it's a fashion ring. I do think I see some fading. Some darkening, and then I thought I saw some fading on, yep, on the tips of that. That'll go into the craft bag. Lift stuff up and see what falls out. We've got a skull bead. That'll go into the craft bag. Hustle and Heart. Little copper bracelet. Earring. Then a little pin. It's an old pin of some sort. Anti-social adjustable bracelet. Earring will go up. We have a shell stretch bracelet. The stretch feels decent. Doesn't feel too bad. Feels maybe a little loose. Looks like we have a homemade keychain here. Oops, one of them fell off, with little religious pendants. That one says Italy. The pendants look old. I feel like somebody made this keychain out of vintage pendants. That's what it looks like to me. And then this one came off. We have a, what looks like quartz, a piece of quartz. Oh, it was a bead. Okay. Put that aside, see if it came off of anything. Right, then we have a Christmas necklace. Still has part of the tag on it, Philippines. I don't know if that tag belongs to this necklace or not. It could have just got stuck on it. But this is a cute Christmas necklace. It has all of these charms. It looks like painted wood. Cute. Looks to be in really good condition. The paint does. Right, we have a Chico's necklace. Has the faux tortoise shell, metal, acrylic pieces, faux stone. Some darkening up here at the clasp and the findings, the endings there. Okay. This looks like it was a nice bracelet at one point. It is a Stella and Dot. Would have been really cute, except for it has lost its stretch, or if it was a pull to adjust, I don't know, were they ending in... Yeah, so this is a really cute bracelet. It just needs to be restrung. I will put that into the craft lot and somebody could have fun either redoing this one or using the pieces. It would be an easy fix for somebody that knows how to do that. Got this one to come out. That's pretty. This looks vintage, or at least in the vintage style. These textured links are pretty cool. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's too old here with this lobster clasp. It just says China. So I feel like this was made to look like a vintage piece. It still looks older by the coloring of the metal. Looks like maybe it's from the 80s. That's my guess. Pretty though, pretty pendant. Unique chain. Okay, this we're gonna put up and ignore for a little bit. Okay, I see what happened. So this link came undone. Huh. I don't know. Because that's the thick side. So it might be broken. Might be an easy fix, it might not, but I'm going to put that into the craft bag. Let somebody else fix it. All right, we have a vintage necklace here. And what feels like painted wood. Like a cream and a red. Kind of like a gold confetti over the wood. Pretty big beads there. That's pretty. All right, this looks like it broke off of something. There is a hook on this side, but definitely something broke off here. Go ahead and put that into the craft bag. I feel like somebody can make a bracelet or something out of that. I don't know. Okay, this bracelet still has the tags on it. Bluebell bracelet. It's a stretch bracelet. These are glass pieces and then a little glass center there, faceted glass center. Feels nice, looks nice. That's a cute earring, ghost. Oh, we've got another one of these skull beads. These feel rough, textured, almost like they are a pottery or a ceramic of some sort. Never give up. Something can do it. Courage, fearless. No fear. The back is either fading or a tarnish. It could be sterling silver. It looks like maybe there's a tarnish on there. but we will look closer at that later. It's little. Oh, it does have links, but still, it's little. All right, that's a pretty brooch with an enamel. I don't see any designer brands on here. Kind of cool though. What is this? Looks like a ring, but it's odd. Like, did something come off of that? Huh. I don't know. An abstract ring of some sort. An 8. I don't even know if it's a ring. What do you guys think that is? Doubloon. This looks like this came out of a toy treasure chest. I put that in the craft bag. Okay, we have a cat's eye, white cat's eye stretch bracelet. Says I love you. The stretch feels nice, and these are glass. Can't really tell what that says. Something by Leela. But it looks like a stretch bracelet or a hair tie. Let me see. It's definitely one of those. And then the earring going up. This is a really pretty acrylic bangle bracelet. Really pretty flower design. Wavy. It's cute. I do pretty well with acrylic bangles, the older, the ones that you could tell. Ooh, oops, sorry, I wasn't even showing you. That looks interesting. Doesn't look like there's any marks on the inside. It sure was a nice gold color. It's dainty. Let's just see if it's magnetic roll. Oh, one of the earrings was stuck to it. It's not magnetic. This will probably be one that we test later. Look a little closer at. It is a dainty little cuff bracelet. A hammered gold design on here. That's interesting. Ooh, that's Tory Burch. Tory Burch. I don't think this is a real Tory Burch, if I am going to be honest with you. The Tory Burches that I've found in the past just seemed like a little bit better quality. Could be, or maybe somebody added this to this bracelet, but I could see like it's like fading. Definitely think that this charm can be repurposed though, and this feels heavy. That's why it just almost doesn't feel like it goes with this part of the bracelet. So got a little stretch bracelet here. It looks like there is some fading. Put that into the craft bag. This also is light. Where is that other bracelet from earlier? It feels like the same material. Definitely feels like the same material. I think that this is a set of some sort. We'll see if we get any more, but I'll probably sell these two together at least. Feels like wood. Alright, looks like we have a vintage Byzantine chain. This looks like somebody replaced the clasp to a barrel clasp because it is not the same color. Green. These don't look like they're in the best of condition. Those will go into the craft bag. Cute flamingo. Looks like it came off of a rosary. We will hold on to it and see if it can be fixed, because that, if so, can just be reattached. We will see. Cute little heart earring. Okay, this chain, well, look at this. This looks like it's darkening and this looks older. Looks like it was cool at one point, but quite a bit of darkening on this chain. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to mess with it too much. Oh my gosh, and it's just full of hair. I'm going to go ahead and put that into the craft bag. Somebody can reuse these little stone pieces that look like howlite. And then this, oh gosh, oh goodness. Okay, that'll go into the trash. All right, this gold tone looks nice. I don't see hang tags. I do think it's just a fashion piece, but it looks to be in good condition. Yep, good condition on this one. Little rhinestone necklace. Here's another piece of those. That'll go into the craft bag. What is this? Well, it has cute little, I think these are too light to be glass, but they look like little Christmas trees. Looks like a mixture of stone, glass, and acrylic. And I don't know what that came off of, but that's going into the craft bag. We have a little girl's stretch bracelet, cute butterflies. Looks like a bunch of earrings. This also looks like a piece to something. That'll go into the craft bag. All right, this looks interesting. Oh, this side. All right, let's take a look at jingles. These are glass. This looks like a vintage artisan piece from either India or China. So it's adjustable. It has the two wooden beads that would go whatever size into that. It's pretty unique and it's in good condition. Love all the glass pieces. And the jingle. Okay, this looks like the velvet out of a jewelry box. All right. Simple silver tone necklace with just a little spike of some sort. Looks to be in good condition. Very simple, almost modernist style. Simple. Okay, these beads are cool. Looks like a vintage choker necklace and with what looks like really neat ceramic old beads. The silver tone looks good. Look at how cool those beads are. Floral design. They're almost abstract in shape, like they're not perfect. They're glass or ceramic of some sort. Kind of cool looking. All right. Well, this I can see right away. Let's move those. The gold tone on this necklace is nice. It's bright and shiny. It's simple with a little stationary pearl here and nice gold chain. It feels like it is good quality. And a little simple pearl. The pearl feels like it's acrylic. The chain feels nice. Ooh, what is this? That's pretty. Ooh, there's the other one of those. This is really pretty. So we've got hematite tone, studded rhinestones everywhere. I don't see any brands, but let's look. Let's look to see if all the rhinestones are there. Nope, looks like there's one missing there. There. We will see if we get any loose loose runestones. Oh my gosh. It's too early for this. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was really pretty. This would have been a really nice bracelet. It is heavy, chunky, nice textured, hammered gold tone on that, but it needs to be restrung. Somebody could totally do that because it's going into the craft bag. interesting. Okay, earrings up. That looks like a pendant. Okay, that's not an earring. All right, we've got some stuff to look at. That looks like a piece to another pin. Are we in focus? Okay. All right, let's look at the pendant first. That's kind of cool. It's just a fashion piece, it looks like, but still looks cool. We'll see if we have a chain that can go with this pendant. All right, I do think the little adjustable chain came off of that side. That's an easy fix. I can fix that really easily. The gold tone, I can't talk today, on this chain is nice. It is heavy. All right, so that just needs to be fixed at the back. I can totally do that. All right, and this would have been a really pretty bracelet, but as you can see, it is loose. The elastic is pretty much shot. Has gorgeous stone pieces on here. Beautiful glass beads. Yeah, we've got a couple stones, some glass, beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the craft bag. Somebody is gonna get a really cool craft bag with some neat projects. That's an easy one, and that's a beautiful bracelet. I have the elastic. I bought elastic from Amazon, but I just really don't have the time to do that. I don't. Pretty glass bead. That'll go into the craft bag. Looks like we got some pieces to things. I am gonna hold on to this. This looks like it came off of something and maybe we could fix it. These are faceted glass pieces, what it feels like. This also, we'll see if that came off of a earring or something. Now this looks like maybe it came off of a keychain. It's a mom and her baby. Not much more precious than that. It does look like it says something down there. Italy. So that could be Mary and Jesus, but I didn't think so. Could be. All right. I can see right away this ring has fading. That'll go into the craft bag. We got a cute little bat here. A charm or a pendant of some sort. This looks like it could be silver. This definitely had some sort of a, wait, does that, oh, that says sterling. Sterling by Bell? And it's a bat? Arizona. Okay, we will see if this bat came off of a necklace. Oh, it also says sterling on the back of the bat too. Definitely here with this, is that a bail? It either came off of a necklace or an earring. We're gonna hold on to this and see if we have the other part of this. Cute little bat. Could be used as a pendant. Let's go back out. Alrighty, I do believe that this also is broken, or it's just missing the other side of the hook. Unless it's a choker necklace. It very well could be a choker necklace. No, nope, it definitely is missing the other side of the hook. This is also a piece that I'm going to wait to see if, because this is really pretty glass beads on this. There may be another part to this necklace, but we're going to wait to see. If not, it can totally be used as a choker necklace. This looks vintage. The pale pink glass pieces are beautiful. I'm holding on to that. I'm going to see if we have the rest of it, because that's beautiful. Did something come off of this? I do think so. Normally these have like a piece at the top, the decoration. We'll see. If there's nothing, I'll put it into the craft bag. Earring, another pin. We've got a brass tone fashion ring. It is adjustable at the back. Is it brass or copper? It's one of those days. My tongue is tied. I just said brass. Okay, let's see if I can recover. It's a piece to something. Here's a piece to that bracelet. That'll go back into the craft bag as well. All right, what is this? Is this broken? Okay, this says something on it, and this looks like sterling silver. Yeah, 925. MNN. CZ925. MNN. And something else. So this is sterling with CZs. Then we have faux pearls. All of these centerpieces, this piece looks old. The style of it and everything, I think this is all sterling, and it's fairly heavy. Oh, let's go back out. Hold on. Then there's this little charm that looks like it's missing the, I was supposed to think I look like a diamond ring. I bet you there was another CZ at the top of that to make it look like a diamond ring. And it's just floating around there. So we will put this aside and see what we find. It's missing something on this end. So I'm not sure about that. Cool bead to go into the craft bag. Here we have a glass bead choker necklace. It is expandable. It opens like that. It has all of these really pretty amber colored beads on here. this feels nice. This feels and looks like we've got some stone end glass pieces here. The end part may have been braided like that and come undone. That's an easy fix. The bracelet itself is still really nice. Really, really pretty stone, and this almost looks like pools of light glass beads. We will test this one at the end. It looks nice. It feels nice. Ooh, that looks like labradorite. This is actually a beautiful bracelet. Really beautiful bracelet. It feels nice. This may even be sterling silver. We'll dive a little bit more into this. Look at that. Look at that bead. Just gorgeous. I would just braid that. Braid or even trim it. Unless you need an extra, there's already two spots. I would just trim this. Unless your wrist is bigger and you need to make another, but we'll see. But that's gorgeous. I really like that bracelet. Ooh, this is pretty too. Look at those crystals. The silver tone on this looks really nice. Looks brand new. I'm not seeing any marks on it. Oh wait, no, here we go. What does that say? Oh, I think that's CN. IBBCN. So it is just in really good condition. Let's see if the pull feels good. Yep, the pull feels nice. Really pretty crystal bracelet. Feels like great quality. A couple great pieces. Another adjustable ring, brass tone. Pretty little red pieces there in the front. It is adjustable, but we'll see where it sits as now. Easily an 8. All right, what do we have here? I do think that this is just a strand of beads. Yep, it looks like a strand that you would get to make jewelry, and it looks like howlite. That's going into the craft bag. This is going to be a good craft bag. If you like beads. Okay, so this is chunky. Oh, those are earrings. I could put them on the other side. All right. Okay. Right off the bat, this looks really unique. It looks like we have some stone pieces and some ceramic pieces in what looks like lucite. But one of the stone pieces is broken. Is this stone or ceramic? Might be ceramic. Yeah, I think it's ceramic to look like stone. The cord itself has seen better days. I would almost get this and put it on a new cord and redo it. But the pieces on this, I'm still going to sell this one as is because this is an easy, you could take that off. You could replace the ribbon. The pieces on this are really cool. Look at these beads are big, really big. Cool lucite pieces here. Big ceramic beads. Yep. This one needs some help, but it's still pretty cool. All right, this chain is in a copper tone. Nice links here. The copper tone looks good, either a copper or rose gold, but it looks more copper to me. We have another pin. Almost looks like a military pin of some sort. Earring. I do not know what that is. Oh yeah, here's another one, a piece to that. I feel like there's a rosary in here somewhere with these little pink beads. All right, I don't know what that went to, maybe an earring, but the disc and the gold part is faded, so that'll go into the craft bag. Guadalajara. We've got a vintage Guadalajara pin. Statue of Liberty pendant or charm. What does that say? Oh, made in the USA, or made in USA. This is a piece to something. I don't know if it was an earring, but this looks like it could be sterling, maybe not. We'll put that aside and see if that came off of anything. All right, this looks nice. Oops, I was right. This is a sterling silver, says 925 there on the inside, in what looks like onyx ring. That is really nice. To 9. All right, got a little sterling silver. We have a wrap bracelet, a Stella and Dot wrap bracelet, silver tone beads, and what looks like a brown cord. Looks like it would wrap twice, maybe. Yep. That's nice. Stella and Dot bracelet. A black cord to something. That'll go into the craft bag. Unlock your dreams. Oh, how does that go? Oh, that stays in there like that. Okay. It's missing, I think this was probably a keychain of some sort. Little copper heart, that'll go into the craft bag. Earring, earring, trash, trash. Little silver piece that came off of something, that'll go into the craft bag. Okay, this looks interesting. Looks like a vintage ring. It is adjustable. The gold looks nice. I do think that there's a little bit of chipping on that pearl, but very unique vintage ring. I'm Trying to see if there was maybe rhinestones on those pieces or if that's just part of the design. It's hard to tell. Still a really unique ring, I think. Oh yeah, that's totally cool. All right, let's see where it sits now. It sits at an 8, but if I keep pushing, it'll keep expanding. All right, we have a little clip of some sort and a religious charm. Mother Mary. This feels light. This feels more like a tin and not like a good metal. Padres. Bangle bracelet. We have a coin. A 1950 coin. Where is this from? What does that say? Dutchland? Deutschland? I don't know, but that's kind of cool. I like old coins. I actually have a collection of old coins. We have a little stretch bracelet. I feel like this went to a set. We will see. I think in the first opening we had something that would go with this, so I'm going to put this aside and we'll see. We have one of the magnetic bracelets. Oh, and a nail. All right. Got a nail in here. Backing, metal pieces, and then this. These can be wrapped as a bracelet or a necklace. Pretty pink in hematite and silver. All right, we're starting to get down to it. All right. There is this knot that I'm ignoring, but okay, I don't know what this came off of, but it's a wood charm of some sort. That'll go into the craft bag. Well, that's kind of cool. Peacock ring, faceted acrylic. I think maybe it was gold and now the copper's coming through on this. It's a fashion ring, but the front is still really cool. It is big. It is a statement ring. Let's see. It's smaller too. $5.5. Okay, we have another pull to adjust bracelet. The little silver, what looks like could be a little stone there. Really simple. This may have been made to be an anklet. There's not much stretch there, a little bit of stretch. I'm going to put that into the craft lot though for the beads. I think this was a rhinestone ring and it is coming undone. That'll go into the craft bag. Okay, well, look at that. We've got a piece of plastic. We've got a screw and plastic in here. Now this is a clip of some sort, but I do see writing on there. It's a leaf. It feels fairly light. There's probably a gold plating, if I had to guess. Oh, it's Napier. What else does that say? Oh, probably patent pending. Okay. Now, Napier did make their early pieces in precious metals. So maybe there is a gold plating on there, maybe there isn't. There it is again, Napier. Okay, that's a cute little leaf. That also could be used as a pendant. The way it clips there, it could go on a chain and be a really cute pendant. I don't know if you could hear my air conditioning, but it is warm today, so it is on. Okay, this looks interesting. This looks similar to that, the Indian style jewelry, the vintage Indian jewelry. And this looks like malachite. And it is missing a hook. So it's really cool. Definitely is a cool vintage and stone piece, the malachite stone. And somebody needs to just put some sort of clasp at the end. Either a barrel clasp. I bet you there was a barrel clasp or a hook. And that is a really cool vintage necklace. So it needs some help, but I'm going to sell that as is. And somebody else can do that. Canada pin. Man, this box of jewelry has been all over. Arizona, San Diego, Canada. Got a little bit of everywhere in this box. Okay, we have this bauble style bib necklace in a navy blue. Silver tone looks good. Yeah, silver tone. Oops, wasn't showing you. Silver tone looks really nice. I don't see any brands on it. Okay, we're coming to the end of this. Well, that's kind of cool. This is an old pendant. The bail even looks like maybe it could be sterling silver. Okay, we're going to see if that came off of anything. We've got a vintage stretch ring here in a brass tone. It's chunky. All the rhinestones are there. Kind of a cool design on that. All right, this looks like it came undone. This is really pretty. That's a bummer because this is gorgeous. All right, I'm putting that into the craft bag. There's some pretty cool beads in that craft bag, let me tell ya. All right, we have another one of these. I feel like we had a blue one in the last bag. It is a wrap bracelet. I do think some of the coloring is coming off of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna stick that into the craft bag. Peacock feather. That probably came off of an earring. It looks like this was an earring. I don't know if that can be fixed or not, but all right, we have a bracelet with sliding charms. It looks like a religious bracelet. There's the cross. Looks to be in good condition though. Charm bracelet. There's a crown. See, is it supposed to say something? Mammoth. Mammoth. And that's the mountain. Mammoth Mountain. Charm bracelet. That mountain is popular for skiers. Okay, this is really faded and dark. We'll put that into the craft bag. Couple earrings in back. This is a keychain. Courage, honor, faith. This is heavy. It almost looks like maybe this came off of a purse. You know those little things that hang on the purse? Okay, we have the pull to adjust bracelet, but I do think it's coming undone. Yeah, it definitely is. Cute little owl charms on that, but that will go into the craft bag. This is an adjustable bracelet, rhinestones. I think that maybe this was a rose gold tone. It's hard to tell. It looks like all of the rhinestones are there. Okay, we've got another bead, earring. All right, let's just get the bottom of this part. It's a piece to something. We'll put it with the earrings. I don't know if it's a part to an earring. We've got a religious charm pendant, earrings, a little ring. I do think that says 925. Yes, that does say 925. This is a petite little ring. Let's see if there's any other marks. I don't see any. Looks like a little sterling silver open heart band ring. 6 very petite. Very cute and petite. And then this. Let's see, is that fading? I don't see any marks on the inside of this one, and I do think I saw some fading. Yep, I'm going to put that into the craft bag. Then we are almost done. We have, you know what? I'm not going to even mess with this. Wait, maybe that might be silver. Let me see the clasp. Yeah, this one might be silver. You know, sometimes you just have to have patience. After the last tangle, I was not really feeling it. It's there though. I'm not going to be able to ignore that for long. That does say something on it too. All right, I have that out. Now this multi-layer necklace is older and the gold on the beads is fading. Oops. Yeah, you can see the gold on the beads. That's going to go into the craft bag as well. This is a full craft bag this time. All right, now let's look at this last necklace. Could be sterling. Could be faded. Kind of interesting though. Somebody's name. Let's see. It is not magnetic. Let me look closely at this. Okay, it does not have a precious metal mark on it, but this one's definitely worth checking because it looks like there's a tarnish. It's not magnetic. This is one that we will check later. So, okay, guess what time it is? It is time to go through the earrings. And I did save the earrings from the last part of the video. We will see if any of those match up with this as well. And then I will pull back my favorites and do the testing and end the video. One moment. All right, lots of single earrings. I'm gonna push those up with the other single earrings from the first part. Now I was able to make some matches from the single earrings from the first part, so let's go over those first. These are really pretty. Look at the flower. I will get a back for that one, but the tone on the gold looks great. Those are very pretty. They feel good quality too. These little studs feel pretty cheap. Yep. These are nice, but they are missing a rhinestone. We'll see if we have that one in here. And this is the last match that I was able to make from the first bunch of single earrings. This is, oh, that has a, what does that say? They're cute little clip earrings. I'm gonna have to look at that. One says it and one doesn't too. Okay, so we'll look closely at that in 1 second. These are really cute shell chip and shell earrings. It looks like the puka shell necklaces, which is really neat because we come across a lot of the necklaces and sometimes the bracelets, but very rarely the earrings, at least me, I'm speaking for myself. So that would look really cute with one of the necklaces. Let me look at the earring. Okay, the one backing says Sarah Coventry, but whether or not these are Sarah Coventry or not, I'm not sure. But either way, they're cute clips. Okay, now these were the matches that we had all in this part. These are really nice. Very well made, heavy, in it what looks like maybe a mother of pearl with a resin over it. Don't see any marks, but these are nice. They're long, probably at least 4 inches long. Very well made earrings. Now these cute little green foil dichroic glass earrings look like they could possibly be sterling silver. Yeah, we will test those, but very pretty glass leaf earrings. Pretty little lever back earrings with like a dusty rose, faceted dusty rose. Yeah, those are glass. I was gonna say, it kind of looks like a cat's eye, but, or a glow, a moon glow. They're very pretty. Really pretty rhinestone silver tone earrings. Looks like the 1928 brand backing on here. Very good condition. Very good condition on that. Okay, these are really cool. Very modernist earrings with the brass and the silver tone. Well, it looks like brass. Yeah, very artsy, modernist. Modernist jewelry does really well. Those are very pretty crystal earrings in a rose gold. Oh, Givenchy. Okay, that's a great thing to have in here. Really, really good condition also. Rose gold, champagne colors on the rhinestones. Great condition. Excited about that. And these were together, which was nice. And so were these last little ones. These were, last 2 earrings were together for me. Look on the inside to see if there are any marks. They're little, so it's hard to tell. These are tiny little hoop earrings with 2 little crystals, and I didn't see any marks, but I definitely will look closer. All right, that is it. I'm gonna go ahead, pull back my favorites, and then we'll do the testing. All right, here are my favorites out of this part of the box. Love the mother of pearl necklace, love the sterling silver rings, and what I think are sterling silver earrings. I love the glass regardless. 1928 earrings. All of these bracelets I really liked. The crystal necklace, the Givenchy earrings. This I have as a lariat style. I just did the twist, and I do believe that that's how this necklace was, and I do think it's just missing the other little silver ending here. So the rhinestone bracelet, the cool brooch, the bracelets and earrings. I love the modernist earrings over here. This is really neat, and both of these pieces I thought were really cool. So got some great finds out of this part of the box. Hope you guys enjoyed this time with me. Remember, if there's anything in this video that you would like, you can email me at calliemomcollects4u@gmail.com. The prices on the screen in the video are my subscriber discount prices. They will be more when they go up on eBay. And once they are up on eBay, I don't move much from the price on there. If there is a price on there, I have definitely seen it sell for that price point, and I don't move much from my listing price. 10% at the most. So the best deal is to buy from the videos. Once it goes to eBay, I don't move much from that price. So thank you again for being here. And if you'd like to see the testing, stick around. I'll be doing that next. Bye, guys. Okay, first test, we are going to test for some precious metal. I wanted to check the bead on this. This just feels very nice and well made. I'm curious to see if this is a silver bead. And this necklace was not magnetic. Looks like there could be at least a silver plate on there. Nope, I see copper on that one. Going to test the hook on these earrings, and then even the earring. I just did a little scratch because I don't want to ruin that. This was not magnetic. And this little bracelet was not magnetic either. Let's see if there is gold. All right. Got our scratches. Right away, that bead in the first one is standing out. I could tell the way that bracelet feels is that it's a very, very nice bracelet. And we'll look at the stones next, but the stones look awesome. So that is a sterling silver bead. And then the leaf earrings. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do the gold. So we'll give that gold one a minute, but the bracelet and the leaf earrings are, I don't think anything else is, but we will look closely. That bead on there is, oh, you know what I do think on this necklace here, I am seeing I think that is a silver plating on that. See, when it is just a very light, that I consider a silver plating, because if it was a solid piece of silver, you would get a reaction like that. If there's just a plating, you might just get a light little streak like that. So those earrings, the long earrings, I think that those are either a silver plate or a stainless steel. Stainless steel does not evaporate. And then the little leaf earrings, those hooks are. And then the bracelet, no, it's not gold. It already disappeared. So I will wait to wipe that. But this has sterling silver, and these are sterling silver hooks. And this necklace, and we'll do that next. We'll see if it's going to polish up. This is a silver plating. Everything else is not. I'm going to pause and I'm going to go ahead and get the presidium out. All right, we don't have a whole lot of gemstones to test, but I do want to test these three. See what this crystal is. Let's actually zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. Oops. Hold on. All right, I don't think that it is a jade. So this one might be, keeps slipping, but this might be the, well, now my mind's going blank. Adventurine. That might be adventurine then. Okay. Then we have this little, what looks like onyx. Now, onyx is not on the presidium, but it does fall, the hardness of an onyx falls just after glass, kind of in the garnet, tourmaline, and iolite. It's very similar to those in hardness. So an onyx will be out of the glass, but just barely. Okay, hold on. It's slipping. All right, maybe it's not an onyx. It keeps slipping, but it wants to go way past. Huh. Maybe it's an onyx, maybe it's a garnet. It's very, maybe it's an onyx. What do you guys think? It looks black to me. Onyx or a garnet, but it's definitely a gemstone. And then this is so cool. I'm probably the most jazzed about this bracelet. Okay, let's see. This looks like a marble. That looks like glass or a rock crystal. That looks like onyx. This looks like a rutilated quartz. It's just so cool. And that is definitely a labradorite. And that looks like glass, obviously. But yeah, this is such a, I'm so into this bracelet. This one's going to be hard for me to part with. Not going to lie. All right. Now, marble is another one that's not on there, but it all has to do with the hardness of the gemstone. That's what the presidium is. So that is definitely a gemstone. It looks like marble. And that is in the quartz. That is a rutilated, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know what I mean. Okay, it wants to slip off. The labradorite is not registering. Maybe that's a glass. Okay, let's try the clear one. That also is in the quartz. That is a clear rock quartz crystal. And that's onyx. That's in the aqua. That's also in the quartz, but it is in the aqua. Yeah. Is that aqua? That looks like magnesite. What is that one? Is that magnesite? And that's also, that's the quartz. That's just, we're now doing the double. So anyways, gorgeous, gorgeous gemstone bracelet. Yes, it is unraveling right here for the third. I think it had a third little hole there, but that can be braided or, like I said, trimmed if one of these fits your wrist. All right, guys, that is it. I could sit and stare at that bracelet for a long time, but oh wait, no, it is not it. I wanted to see if this necklace was going to polish up or not. Last test, then we're done. And thank you if you are still here. Thank you for sticking it out for the whole thing. Why did I choose the wavy one? Well, it does look like it's gonna polish up, but let's try the one that's not wavy. All right. Oh yeah, that's gonna get better. That might be a pain in the neck to do all of these, but it definitely is going to polish up a little bit. All right, guys, that is it. And thank you again for being here. And until next time, chat with you guys later. Goodbye.